The Babylon Project was a dream given form. Its goal, to prevent another war by creating a place where humans and aliens could work out their differences peacefully.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of From Television to Action Figure, where we look at a television show and then the action figures that spawn from it. Today we're going to go back to the 90s. There was a huge boom for science fiction shows during this time, thanks to the huge success of shows like Star Trek The Next Generation and The X-Files. Sci-fi was cool, and every network and every production company wanted its own science fiction show. In 1993, Warner Brothers were starting its own network, trying to compete with the major networks like CBS, NBC, and ABC, but mostly trying to compete with the younger market that was getting the attention of Fox. Knowing that they had to have a hit science fiction show on their hands, they struck a deal with J. Michael Straczynski. Oh, I hope I pronounced that right, but I probably didn't. Michael already had a huge list of writing credits for television, such as He-Man and the Masters Universe, The Real Ghostbusters, and Jake and the Fat Man, just to name a few. Before they would greenlight a new series, Warner Brothers aired an 89-minute Babylon 5 movie titled Babylon 5: The Gathering on its new Primetime Entertainment Network, or P10 for short. P10, or was it P10, I'm not really sure, was happy with the response of the show and ordered a full season of Babylon 5 for early 1994. The show would star Jeffrey Sinclair, Bruce Boxleitner, Jerry Dole, Claudia Christian, Lost in Space child actor turned adult Bill Mumy, and many, many more. The series will follow a human military staff with alien diplomats on a space station called Babylon 5. The show was a little different for shows of the 90s, as it would have a pre-planned 5-year story arc, something that's more common today. The hit was a show for the struggling network, but not enough to keep the network itself afloat. In October of 1997, the network would go out of business, leaving Babylon 5 and its storyline with no official ending. Luckily, only a year later, Turner Network Television, who was partly owned by Warner Brothers, would finish out the show with one final season. The series may not have been as big of a hit as other science fiction shows of the 90s, but it was able to gain a cult-like following of fans, and it became one of the most remembered and loved science fiction shows of the 90s. Along with the show came merchandising tie-ins from novels, comic books, and action figures. In fact, 2 different action figure lines. But before the action figures would hit stores, a small micro set of ships from the show would be released under Galoob in 1995. It would take 2 years after that for action figures to hit stores. A 6-inch line of action figures and a 9-inch Mego-style action figure line. Both lines would be made by exclusive premiere. The 6-inch line was made up of 21 figures. That's right, 21 figures in just 1 year release. 10 figures would be sold at retail, with the other 11 being sold exclusively through Previews, a catalog ordering company for comic book stores. The figures were very well done, and captured the likeness of the figures well. However, some of the characters were done more than once, just in different outfits. This seems like something that would have been better just to hold off for, and let the action figure line grow some before repurposing some of the same figures. There were no ships or playset in the line, giving the action figure line a limited play value. The 9-inch Mego-style action figure line was released with only 5 figures. They were also very well done. Although the action figures looked great, they didn't sell very well. In fact, most major retailers, such as Toys R Us, didn't even carry the line. With the action figures being released at the end of its 5-year run, when the show was winding down, seems like a plan that would hurt the sales. If the line was released closer to the start of the series, or maybe in the middle, then maybe the action figure line would have time to grow along with the show. The figures today can be picked up on eBay for about the same price, or at times even cheaper than they were in the 90s. Well, that's a look at the Babylon 5 television show and the Babylon 5 action figure line. If you like this video, check out more in the series. You can find a link to its playlist at the end of this video. Well, I want to thank you for watching, and let me know, did you watch Babylon 5? Did you enjoy it? What did you think about the action figures? Did you have them? Let me know that and more in the comments below. And as always, thumb up on my content, subscribe to the channel, and we'll talk again soon.
Hey, Junkman channel popping though.
Thank you, sir, for that unsolicited testimony.